Where's my sugar there? Sugar, oh honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Sugar, oh honey, honey, you are my candy girl. I need to sing that song. I love that song by the Monkees. Sugar, oh honey, honey, you are my candy boy, and you got me loving you. Okay, here I is. Yes, here I am. Okay. Good, well, it's not morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, I just wanted to do a little presentation on how to eat with a knife and fork. Now, a lot of people, welcome. I'm a Rasta for lifers. My lifers. A lot of people will go out, right? And they don't know how to hold a knife and fork. You see people doing all kind of stuff, right? You know, they be doing this, and they be doing all kind of, and you're looking at them like, you don't know how to use a knife and fork? Well, let me show you. So now, a placement, right? So, what you do is, I, I just made this because I'm hungry. Fried tomatoes, I wish they was green, but they're red. So what you do is, this is the proper way, right? You hold the fork like this. You hold the knife like this, right? And then you proceed. This is my toast. Leave that alone. So you proceed to do this. You cut each piece individually, and then you stack. Good. Now, knife and fork. So this is the proper way to hold your fork. Good. The knife, the fork. Good. Then you proceed again. You cut, you cut, you cut, and then you stack. Hold the knife, put down the fork. Oh, then the napkin goes in your lap, and you proceed on again. Elbows off the table. No elbows on the table. Okay, guys, now when you're going out, right, to fine dine, table manners is very important. Very. You see people holding their knife and fork like this. And they do it all. I can't take you out if you're not off eat outside. I'm sorry. You have to have manners. It's called table etiquette. Now we're going to be talking about some stuff. But I was so hungry, I wanted to incorporate this in as well. So, good. You stack. Now, and then you proceed again to slice, and to stack. Slice, slice, stack. This is the big one. This is the big one. Stack. This is too much, but it's okay. So I hope you guys, and of course you don't eat and talk at the same time. But in this case I will. So that's how you properly eat when you're eating. Okay, knife and fork in hand, and you separate your pieces and you cut, and you do it very neatly. Now this is when you're outside. When you're home, it's a different ballgame. So anywho, so hope you guys had a wonderful week. I myself was just working and minding my business because it's been so crazy out the door. No, sir. We feel that the people them. So it's better when ones keep quiet, right? It's much better. So, you know, I like to educate. So, because we hear of all of this talk and these innuendos, you're like, what's going on here? I'm totally confused. Okay, our dining etiquette is over, which means I'll just be eating as regular, right? And you're trying to figure out what in the bejeebers is going on. Me? I don't have the time or the energy for it. So I just keep quiet and observe. Now, we hear some words being thrown around. So let's discuss some of these words. Now, One of the words in the case of name calling that I have heard, but I wanted to do this one last, but I think I should do it first because I know it off my head. Now, we're hearing about this cult, right? We're hearing this word being thrown around, cultism. Now, you might wonder to yourself, what is a cult? Well, intelligently, let me tell you what a cult is. Okay, by example. Now, many moons ago, when I just came to America, I don't even need to look this up, it's in my brain, never to go away ever again. In America, where I live, there was this man. His name was Jim Jones. Oh, hold on. Very important, very important. It's not funny, but it's important. Okay. There was a man named Jim Jones, and he made this famous Kool-Aid. Yes, he did. Okay. So Jim Jones was a minister. So he decided he was going to take his ministry to Guyana. Now, what had happened was, they said he created a cult of people who worshipped him, and they did anything he said. Now, he was out there in Guyana doing his thing, preaching, breathing up the Ooman them, and I do all kind of things. And I talk about God, 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 God. Okay. Now, everything he said, they did. There was a couple of people who tried to escape, and they did. And they were able to go and, tell Washington, you got this man over here in Guyana with this cult business, and he's brainwashing the people. America's like, oh my, what? In Guyana? Yeah. So what they did was, they sent 2 senators, I think, something like that, a couple of news crew, to go find out what is this man out here doing in Guyana. Well, you see, when the people them say, all right, I forgot back America, I forgot report you because you look like you lose your mind. The man not kill off the people them? Oh, yes, he did. Yeah. News reporter, government official, everything. Oh, don't hear about it? Oh, okay. Big news in America. I think somebody was able to escape or whatever. Now, when Jim Jones realized, said, this is it, him take out the Kool-Aid. No lie. A real story. Go look him up, Jim Jones. Him take out the Kool-Aid and mix up in concoction and tell the fool people them, the Lord is this and this, that, and the time has come and we have to do this and we have. And the whole of them, those who didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid, bop, they got one. Yeah, true story, right? Those who never want to drink the Kool-Aid, and the whole of them drink the Kool-Aid. The whole of them, pick the child, everybody. Oh, but he didn't. No, he didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I'm going to go read about Jim Jones, Guyana. Now, That's an example of a cult where you have an individual or one or two individuals guiding a mass of people and telling them what to do. And the people follow the leader. Now, when you Google cult, a cult, a system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. Third one, a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. A cult of personality surrounding the leaders. Now, as you can see again, ones are using this word incorrectly because it's a system of religious veneration and devotion directed toward a particular figure or object. A cult is a group or movement held together by a shared commitment to a charismatic leader or ideology. It has a belief system that has the answers to all of life's questions and offers a special solution to be gained only by following the leader's rules. So again, you have people that love to chat and talk, and they like to impress you with their non-intelligence. So when one's throwing out this word cult, you got to be careful. What makes a cult a cult? How can you tell if a group is a cult or not? After a recent report about a cat worshipping end times group in Middle Tennessee, we asked cult expert John Jalalik to explain what makes a cult a cult. The reality is that there's just dozens and dozens and hundreds, if not thousands, of these groups around in our country and everywhere else in the world. Sometimes they're dangerous and sometimes they're not. but they definitely flourish, said Lalik, who is a professor emerita of sociology at California State University, Chico. She recently spoke to the Tennessean, we're giving credit to the Tennessean for this information, about the characteristics of cults after an article written by veteran religion writer Bob Smeartanner for the Nashville Scene. The followers of a leader of a Columbia-based cat rescue think they were in a cult. A cult is a group or movement held together by a shared commitment to a charismatic leader or ideology. It has a belief system that has the answers to all of life's questions and offers a special solution to be gained only by following the leader's rules. It requires a high level of commitment from at least some of the members. Now, so when you're talking about a cult, they in the cult share a commitment to a charismatic leader, and it has a belief system that has the answers to all life's questions and offers a special solution to be gained only by following the leader's rules. Good? So again, you listen to these fool people talk about cult and they don't even know the meaning of cultism. When they hear if it tell on say on have it wrong. Again! Because nobody is not dealing with a belief system. Our belief system is the Almighty, the Creator. Good? That's who we supposed to believe in. Not man. Right? What's next? And who's looking for all of the questions about life? Get it? Okay. And who's offering a solution? Because you're following this person. A solution for what? Okay, well, in that case, helping others is kind of a solution, which is good, right? But when you hear of this word being thrown out, Uno, please, I'm begging you. That's why when I want to be done, I want to be a little good. Also, I can't break down these things if I'm done, right? So, it's a group or a movement. And when you're on Facebook, you're in a group. You're not in a cult. And when you're in a cult, you have to have group meetings. Everybody has to come together. Everybody has to be in one area, one vicinity, and meet up with the leader and this, that, and the other. People, y'all got to stop with this nonsense. But we did here to break it down for Uno. Because if you listen to people, this is how you know the world we're living in. Because people are just saying whatever to hurt others. But yet they don't really know what they're talking about. So how are you going to listen to these people who don't even know the true meaning of the word cult? And you got many definitions of this word. That's the weed smoke. You got many definitions of this word. And it can also be religious. Right? It can be religious. How do cults start up? There's 4 dimensions to a cultic group that we see across the board. You have a charismatic leader, that's one. You have a transcendent belief system, which is about most religions and even political groups are going to have a transcendent belief system, meaning they're stating how to get to some better place. But what's different in cultic groups is they have their way to get you there. Like Jim Jones. Drink the Kool-Aid. It's what I call the recipe for change. In order to be a part of the group, you have to go through a transformational process, which they dictate to you, and you can't be there otherwise. That's the indoctrination program. System of control. They think they're joining something that's going to give them purpose and meaning. Slowly the head gets turned up and you go through the rituals and so forth. As this process goes on, the person begins to adopt this new worldview that requires new behaviors and so forth. Okay. Systems of influence. Then there's the more subtle influences, which is the peer pressure. Older members will model for the new members how you're supposed to behave. Before you know it, you're so enveloped in this other reality that you don't look to anything else. You don't allow yourself to be opened to any other explanations. Your mind has completely closed in on this new worldview. So the connections to the belief system is kind of the glue that keeps you there. This is your only hope. Just about everybody belongs to some kind of church. And today we also have, which to me I think is one of the dangers, we have a huge number of these small, non-denominational churches. So, that is a piece on cults. And as you can see, when ones are throwing out this cult thing, they have it wrong again. Wrong, wrong, wrong. And this is where people continue to do damage, right? This is where they continue to do damage because they're trying to sound as if they know what they're talking about. And again, we get to see that they do not know nothing about what they're talking about, and they're just creating damage on social media by throwing out words that they do not know the meaning of. Now, let's go to gangs. You have all types of gangs in the US of A. A gang is a group or society of associates, friends, or members of a family with a defined leadership and internal organization that identifies with or claims control over territory in a community and engages either individually or collectively in illegal and possibly violent behavior. And that's coming from Wikipedia. Gangs. And they go into the different forms and so forth and so forth. Okay, so let's look at now what we would call a sect. S-E-C-T. A sect. A group of people with somewhat different religious beliefs, typically regarded as heretical from those of a larger group to which they belong. A philosophical or political group, especially one regarded as extreme or dangerous, a sect of antichrist, right? Okay. What is an example of a sect? A sect is a relatively small religious organization that is not closely integrated into the larger society and what often conflicts with at least some of its norms and values. The Amish people in America here, who live in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and many other states, are perhaps the most well-known example of a sect in the United States today. Oh no, the Rastas used to be that. One of the recognized ones. We used to be as a sect. Okay. So we went over cults, gangs, sects, S-E-C-T-S, and then we're going to go into groups, right? Groups, as I drink my coffee. And this is coming from Google. Oh, but it's telling you about Google Groups. Okay. Google Groups is a service from Google that provides discussions for people sharing common interests. The group services also provides a gateway to Usenet news groups via a shared user interface. Google Groups became operational in February 2001. So that's the definition on groups, right? An example would be, in chemistry, a group is a column of elements in the periodic table of the chemical elements. There are 18 numbered groups in the periodic table. I know the periodic table and the groups and so forth. Yes, I do. So yeah. Okay. Group definition and meaning. Noun. It'll be easier if we go there as a group. She presented the idea to the group. We like to let these students work in groups whenever possible. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Distractions. We're seeing a lot of that on social media. Distractions, right? Because we're seeing, so many distractions. So many. I just can't keep up with the distractions. Distraction, noun. Plural, noun. Distractions. A thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else. The company found passenger travel a distraction from the main business of moving freight. He knew she was nervous by her uncharacteristic air of distraction. What are examples of distractions? Ambient noise, passengers, crew, equipment, noisy equipment due to malfunction, active conversations with passengers and colleagues, information overload from displays, information overload from displays, cell phone use, talking, texting, gaming, social media use, mind wandering, rumination, rumination. What is the most common distraction? Wait for it. Wait for it. Mobile phone texting, 55%. The internet, 41%. Gossip, 39%. Co-workers dropping by, 27%. Small breaks or snacks, 27%. Emailing, 26%. And meetings, 24%. So, the number one distraction is your mobile phone and texting. And here on social media, we see that to be true. So when you see distractions, right, they're basically there to put you off. And when you see too many of them, that's when you gotta go somewhere else and just leave it alone, because now you know the people are playing with you. Good? They're playing with your intelligence, and they're playing with your mindset. So all of the distractions that have been displayed, you're just supposed to ignore them and don't even pay them any mind. Like what I've been doing. Because we're too intelligent. When you're on a different intelligent level, you cannot entertain distractions. Because people are doing it for a reason, right? And if it has nothing to do with you, then all you do is just watch and observe, and learn from what you're watching as a distraction. Yes, my child, this is a distraction. Good? My daughter.
Why you ain't calling on this free?
I have things to do, child. I'm on live. How can I help you?
You've cooked already?
Mm-hmm.
What you made?
Rice and peas and chicken from yesterday, and I cannot wait to warm it up and eat it. What next? Hurry up.
Oh, you don't have enough food?
Oh, I have more than enough. Your brother went to work.
Oh,
You coming over?
yeah, we might come tonight.
Yeah, so we can do some karaoke. Hurry up.
Alright.
Yeah, baby. No, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
No, that's okay.
No, it's not. Say it.
It's about the heat.
It's on in my house.
Yeah, it's on.
It's always on. You have high.
Tomorrow's gonna be cold.
Well, that's when it's going to be heat. What's wrong with this then? Hang up the phone.
In the morning.
Yes, it was on this morning. Bright, heat, and nice. My daughter thinks she's slick. Anyway, I gotta go. Because you're interrupting. You're distracting me.
I told you, never mind.
So, that's a distraction. So, I hope you enjoyed watching me. I'm just trying to build my YouTube channel, remember to subscribe and press the like button because I noticed that, if I was depending on YouTube, like, to earn a living, I would be homeless by now. I couldn't pay no bills, I couldn't do anything. So when you guys feel like people are trying to get paid on YouTube, I'm amazed at when I hear one saying how they're looking YouTube money and YouTube this, that. I get very insulted because I work. I have a profession that I have been practicing for over 20 odd years. And I'm also returning to school to upgrade myself. So I can get money from school if I want. Loans, tap, Pell, all of these things. Y'all need to stop making these remarks that people are on YouTube trying to make money. Nobody is preventing me in America, in the US of A, where I reside, to make my cheddar. No one, unless I get fired and then I have to look a next job. And if I do lose my job today, tomorrow I'll be in the next one because of my profession, because I went to school to be what I am. I'm going to return to school to upgrade a little bit more. Good? So I don't need YouTube to generate funds because I need the money. Are you people mad? Small-minded people. This is how they think. Very small and narrow-minded. And you get to see that on social media. So I don't have to compete with narrow-minded and small-minded people. It's not necessary. You try to educate them. That's all you do. Good? And I'm a Rasta for Life, the National Board of Comments. So I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. As we discussed different social backgrounds in the forms of cults, sects, gangs, groups, and distractions. Good? And I'm a Rasta for Life, the National Board of Comments. My lifers, thank you for joining me. And as usual, I try to educate more than we talk about the same nonsense every day. It's boring.